So on today's little adventure we are in search of a 4,000-year-old masterpiece carved in rock. So as always, the Peak District weather hasn't let us down. So I must have been only 8 or 9 when I first saw the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it still is up there. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. For the time, the special effects were out of this world. But for me, there's something really magical about all the historical artifacts and the stories behind them. And even today, at 50 years old, when I grow up, I want to be Indiana Jones. It is really wet today. But I've got all the kit on and the paths aren't too bad. I will actually leave a GPX file in the description if you want to have a look at this route yourself. It's not very often you get the Peak District to yourself on a Sunday. I wonder why. This is more like Indiana Jones than I thought. I'm going to have to do the leap of faith. Look at this big lump. This even looks like a film set. It's gorgeous. It'll look very different in a month or two though. I don't fancy climbing up there. Things are starting to open up a bit. I believe there's quite a lot of prehistoric rock carvings here in the Peak District. There is a website where you can go and it tells you where a lot of them are. I will link that in the description below. One of those occasions where it's worth checking the map. So this Bronze Age bit of artwork that I'm looking for, didn't actually find it until 1960. And you can see why. There's loads of places just off the path that could be hiding a piece of history. People have walked past for hundreds or thousands of years. I don't know how long I've been walking. I don't really care, but I've not seen a soul since I left the car. And I love that. It is so peaceful here. And gorgeous as well. We're not there yet, but I can see our first bit of ancient history. This is Gardom Edge's standing stone. So this ancient monolith dates back around 5,000 years. So archaeologists have discovered that this was used for astrological purposes, used like an ancient calendar to determine the seasons. Not quite sure how that would work, whether it's shadows from the sun or alignment to the stars. If you know, please let me know in the comments. But it also leads the way to our Bronze Age Banksy. There isn't much of a path here, but the ground is a little bit trodden. Just got to go with a map and the grid reference. Do, 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 do. Indy hates snakes. I hate ticks. And if I'm going to pick one up, it's in here. There might even be snakes actually. Adders. But I can't be sure if there's any around here. I can see it. Ah, I'm tripping over. Here we go. Wow. This is Gardom's Edge carved rock. Look at these carvings. Dates back around 4,000 years. Well, it did, but this is a fake. It's hollow. Certainly looks the part, but this particular one is just a resin casting. So as I said, the original stone and carvings were discovered in 1960, but over the years with weathering and maybe people walking on them, the carvings started to deteriorate. So in 1996 the original stone was buried to preserve it and replaced by this very convincing replica. Uncovering a stone like this gives you more questions than answers. Nobody really knows what the carvings depict. There's 2 large circles, each with 10 little cups inside, and a few other carved circles as well. One with a deeper cup. I would have loved to have been a fly on the tree when these were carved. Maybe it's a map or depicts a dwelling, or even something else astrological. Let me know what you think they mean. Maybe it was a Banksy of 4,000 years ago. That might be the title. This 4,000-year-old Banksy is a fake. Right, let's move on. Try and find the 3 men of Gardoms. So glad I put the waterproof bottoms on. You ever wish you were a little bit taller? According to the map, it's over there somewhere. This wall is never ending. Great Wall of Gardom or something. Found a bit of civilization. People. So glad to be out of that bracken. That was easy enough. You can see why the 3 men picked this spot. So these 3 piles of stone are set to commemorate 3 shepherds that lost their lives in a storm around here. But another story says there were 3 drunken priests. So although these only date back to the 18th century, they were built upon a Bronze Age barrow or cairn. When my time's up, I don't mind being a pile of rocks at the side of these 3 fellas. We're actually on Gardom's edge now. I think that's Baslow down below. Let's see if we can navigate a different way back to the car. It's beautiful around here. I love seeing all the moss and the trees tangling around. I think there's a path down there, although that's not the way I'm going. Maybe next time. Highly recommend this walk. Stunning. Paul Messner, the shepherd. Come on, keep going. So despite this expensive coat being waterproof and breathable, I am wetter than an otter's pocket inside. The battery on my camera is about dead, so I'm going to leave you with this stunning view from Gardom's Edge. That's for all those people that say we've got no trees here in the UK. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing. And I will see you next time.